Hello, everyone. This is Sarah Driver, independent consultant and district manager with Arbonne International. And last night I gave a training for the region Zoom for Grace Cleaton Success Line, and it wasn't recorded. So here I am recording the meeting. That's not the meeting, it's just my training that I was going to give. So I'm going to train today on rebuilding your why. And this is something that's been like burning like a fire on my heart for the past week and a bit. So I'm just really excited to share with you guys what my process has been and how it's changed my business, it's changed my vision, and how hopefully it can be the same for you. Just to preface this, my faith is really important to me. So I'm going to mention a few things in this training that just pertain to that, because it was really helpful in me coming to this aha, I guess. But if your faith isn't important to you, or if you don't have a faith, then hopefully you can still get something out of it. So just wanted to preface this with that. So the beginning of this month, it's February, and the first of this month, I was reflecting on January, and that's something I really like to do on the first day of a new month, is to look back. Okay, what did I do well? What did I do poorly? I hope you can't hear my son. He's like trying to go to sleep. It isn't like really taking the bait. But so I was reflecting on the previous month, on January, and January was really, really, really great for my business. I really enjoyed it. I had the most fun I've ever had in my business. It's the biggest paycheck that I've ever earned in this business, and I did really well. However, at the beginning of February, I was looking at just people around me and people who playing the comparison game a little bit. But hopefully in a way that was beneficial, just looking at, where am I at? And which is really what happens in the comparison game. But I was looking at just people around me who were doing things like bonusing in their district, or going area qual, or making area manager, and doing these things. And I was looking at the work that I had put in, and don't get me wrong, like I worked really, really hard. In the month of January in particular, I did really well. I hit my brick a few days before the end of the month, and that was my goal, to hit my brick. And but I was looking at what I had done and why I had done it, and I knew that in my business there wasn't really anything that was driving me to succeed in my business. It was more like I was just kind of doing it for fun. I was doing it because that was what I did. I was more in a habit than I was in momentum, or just like I wasn't building hugely. And I know like that in this business, there needs to be something that drives you, because otherwise when you get rejection, you're going to stew in that rejection. Like otherwise it's not going to make any sense to keep pushing. So I looked back on, my list of 21 reasons why I'm doing this business. And you guys, like none of them hit me between the eyes. Like none of them was looking at me like, yes, this is the reason that I need to get up when my alarm goes off and go and get my stuff together, because there was nothing that was like, okay, I need to do this thing. And so I looked back at, and I was like praying through this and talking through this with my husband as well, and looking at, like, why did I begin this business? Why did I start up this business with Arbonne? And at the time it had been because I was working full-time, plus being a stay-at-home mom full-time, and I didn't have time. I had zero time, and I wanted that freedom. So that's why I started. But shortly after I started gaining any momentum in Arbonne period, my husband got a raise. And then soon after, he got another raise. And so really it wasn't just like we were getting by, but we were still able to save just with my husband's salary. So really, like, the money has never been a driving factor for me. And as I looked over my list of reasons why, like most of them on there weren't Sarah's whys. There were, other people's whys that I thought were a nice idea. But they weren't mine in particular. They weren't what resonated in my heart. So I thought again back, like, why did I start this business? What was that like? And I remember the very night before, I texted my sister Grace, who's my sponsor, to say, hey, I'm going to join your business. I was in adoration, in prayer, literally like glaring at the Lord and telling him, Lord, like, if you want me to do this business, then I will. Or if you don't want me to do it, then I won't. But just like, tell me what to do. Just tell me what you want me to do. Just tell me yes or no to Arbonne. And he said to me, Sarah, it doesn't matter what you do. What matters is that you're holy. I don't care if you do Arbonne or not, but I need you to be humble. I need you to be disciplined. I need you to be charitable. I need you to be ordered. And you're not those things right now. So I need you to do something that's going to spur you on to holiness. And just in reflect, and that's why I signed up with Arbonne, because I knew that Arbonne would teach me a lot of those areas of virtue, essentially. And in praying with this and in thinking about this and coming to this, I was like, I think that is my why. Like, that is why, I mean, and that's pretty broad, so like broken down into, those 21 pieces. But I was like, I think that is the reason that I'm doing this, because it will make me holy. And so then, like, coming to, like, I've been in this business a year, and I just now kind of really understand why I'm doing it. Like, and I came to realize, like, I also don't know why my team is doing this business. And so I reached out to them, and I was like, I want to know why you're doing this. Like, there's no excuse for me not knowing the reason. So I had conversations with them, and I learned, like, their beautiful reasoning for wanting to do this business, and not just do it, but to be wildly successful at it. And that got me all kinds of fired up, because that fed into my why and my reason why I'm doing this, because if I can't show them how to do it, then they won't know how. So it changed a lot of, like, my focus and my vision in this business. And not to just say that, like, your why has to only be, like, these big overarching things. Like, definitely on my list of reasons why is also, like, so I can shop at J. Crew and that kind of thing, like, and that's totally fine and that's good. But I think that it's very important to know what is driving you in this business. And I think that there are two reasons why it is so important to know that, like, why you're in this to win it, why you haven't given up. And those two things that make it really important to know why is because your why is scary. Being successful is scary. And the second thing is you might fail. And I'll go over each of those things. So the first one, your why is scary. The reason for that is because being successful at this business means hard work. It means hard work. And hard work is not easy. Hard work is hard. So it's just one thing that you're not going to work hard if you don't have a reason to work hard. Do you know what I mean? I'm just looking for something that I thought. I just don't know where it is. I'm sorry. Sorry, there was, I was trying to find a quote that I needed, and the second time that I did this last night as well, I didn't have the quote handy. Hopefully this still isn't too sporadic. So recap, so looking at the two things that make it very important to know why you're doing this business. Number one is that your why is scary. Being successful is scary. And the reason for that is that it means hard work, and it means getting uncomfortable. And I don't know about you guys, but I do not like either of those things. I don't really like hard work, and I definitely don't like getting uncomfortable. Being successful is scary because you haven't done it yet. You haven't yet reached your goal. I have an almost 2-year-old son. His name is Athanasius. And recently his favorite word is scary. He goes, "Gilly, gilly, gilly." And it's really kind of funny because the things that he thinks are scary are things like, this car or this blender or that spider on the wall or whatever, like silly little things. He'll just point at it and say, "Gilly, gilly." And it's really funny because my husband and I will kind of laugh at him and be like, "Athanasius, that's not scary. That's not scary, bud." But I was processing this that was going on in my head of, like to my husband, I was saying, like, "Dan, I want to promote to area manager, but I'm really scared of what that means. I'm really scared of that." And he looks at me and he goes, "Gilly." And it was so funny because it's true. Like, the only reason that it's scary is because I don't understand it. I haven't done it yet. I haven't experienced it yet. But that doesn't mean that it's something to be afraid of. It means it's just something that I haven't done yet. And soon it will be behind me if I keep going, if I keep making those, my work time count, if I keep working towards it. It's unknown. That doesn't mean it's scary. And then the second thing that makes it really important to know why you're doing this is that you might fail. And that is the scariest part, really. Declaring something is scary. Like, it makes me shake in my boots just to say, like, I want to promote to an area manager. Like, it's a terrifying thing, because what if I don't? And I told all these people, like, yes, this is what I'm working towards. And then what will they think if I never make it? Like, I've never been very good at sports or physical, like, activity of excellence. Like, I'm not very athletic. So in things like a race, like, I know, like, as a child, I wouldn't race people because I knew that I would lose. So I'd be like, yeah, well, if I ever would, like, go to race, then I would be like, well, if I would be losing, I'd just, like, quit and give up and be like, oh yeah, well, I don't even like running anyway, so it's not even a big deal. But you guys, it's important to declare things, to say what we're going to do so that it can become a reality. There's a quote by Teddy Roosevelt that is quoted at the front of a book called Daring Greatly by Dr. Brene Brown. That book, if you haven't read it, it's incredible. She's a vulnerability and shame researcher, and she speaks a lot of truth into a lot of different areas of life, not just in Arvon. But this quote is something that has really stuck out to me by Teddy Roosevelt. And here it is. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Who neither know victory nor defeat. Guys, I want to know victory. I sure as heck am going to know defeat, because I'm going to dare greatly. In this business, we get told no a lot. We get told that that's not something that will work or whatever. But the statistic is that if you work your business consistently for 10 years, 99% of you are going to be national vice presidents. That's the statistic. It does work. And there is no reason that it cannot work for each and every one of us. And I'm going to be a national vice president. And I want to have the mindset that I can say unflinchingly to people who are saying, no, you can't do that. Like, okay, I'll invite you to my nation celebration. Like, this is what I'm going to do, whether you come with me or not. And that is something that I commit to, that I'm going to strive to dare greatly, even if it means I'm going to fail. Because failing doesn't end there. You can either be buried under a pile of failures, or you can be standing on top of them. The failures are going to happen. So I just really encourage you guys to know why you're doing this business, to really take time to set aside time that is work time, to think deeply about it, to dialogue it out with someone who knows you well. Why are you in this business? Because if you don't know why you're in it, it's very easy to give up on it. And there's something very important here that can fulfill a lot of dreams, a lot of hopes and expectations. And I think that it's worthwhile. So I just encourage you, know what your whys are. Know what the whys are on the people who are on your team, and don't give up.